Okay, we're at part two because I did not want to, be real famished. And so I drank water the whole time I was there and all that good stuff. I got home. It was the first day. I made my green beans with this no salt seasoning that I have, and they were really tasty. I had the 3 ounces of meat, which I chose chicken that I had already fixed a couple of days ago, and I just kind of heated it up. And it was a chicken thigh, no bone, no skin. And so I ate that, and then I smashed my banana in my bowl before I put the ice cream in and mixed that together. Because I like my ice cream a little bit melty, and I mixed it all together, and it was absolutely delicious. So that's what I did with that. And day one, like I said, outside of me getting hungry, I got hungry in between breakfast and lunch, but it was like past my 3.5 hour mark. So yes, I'm going to be hungry. I got hungry after, in between lunch and dinner, because yes, it was past my 3.5 hour mark at that point as well. So I expected to have a little belly growl, but I wasn't starving, because you know what I did to suppress it? I got a glass of water. Yes, because what I like about this is you don't really have to think about a whole lot of stuff. You don't have to even go outside the box. So if you know, and what I didn't realize was, and so that was good to me. I enjoyed that. I liked it. It worked. So day two. So day two comes. I have my breakfast. I have my lunch. And so I'm a little bit more conscious of my time frame in between the two. But I think I had breakfast again around the same time, if not a little bit earlier. So I was a little bit more conscious of my lunch hour, which meant that day I had my breakfast at about 6 o'clock, 6:15. And that meant that I needed to have my lunch no later than 10, right? And so I just kept drinking my water. I had maybe 2 or 3 additional cups of tea, and I'm full. I like water. I like tea. I love those things. So I was really happy that my menu consisted of things that I already liked. I had no problem, didn't want to substitute a thing. My daughter, on the other hand, she doesn't care for cottage cheese, so that's a problem for her. And so with that being a problem for her, she, of course, was like, I don't want to do it. And I was like, whatever. I'm going to do it. So, I'm actually parking. Because I'm the baddest. Right? Parking. And I probably shouldn't park right here. So that was that. And then, so day 3 comes. I'm trying to think, was there anything that happened on day 2 that I really want to share? And I don't think so. So day 3 comes, and I have for breakfast, it's an apple with a slice of cottage cheddar cheese, and the 5 crackers. I got through that. So lunchtime comes. I thought I was the only one that picked my teeth wherever I went, pretty much. Lunchtime comes, and the people I'm with, they're like, oh, we'd love for you to come to lunch with us. And I was like, well, I can't. I did say that. And they were like, no, come. And I was like, okay, as long as the place is serving a salad, I'll come. And they're like, I'm sure it is. So I did go, and I had a really nice chopped kale salad. It had corn, tomatoes. It did have buttermilk ranch dressing. And it had, I can't remember what else. There wasn't a whole lot of stuff in it. Of course, kale. But it was good, and I didn't ask for anything extra. I didn't put any salt on it. Oh, it had avocado on top, and it was really good. And so it was funny because what I realized is that it kind of triggered me into wanting other stuff, even though that was a freaking salad. Explain, right? And the day before, because I'm having meetings at this down by our seaport, which is where our cruise ships come into Massachusetts. And so they had an ice cream social down there. And I was like, no, I'm not going to get it. They were like, get it for when you can eat it and put it in the freezer. And I was like, okay. So I went and got me one of the Blue Bunny, it's called Mississippi Mud. And it's like an ice cream sandwich. It's huge. And it's chocolate ice cream sandwich. So I put it in the freezer. And in my mind, I wanted this ice cream sandwich. And so before that, right, so we're coming back from lunch, and the woman goes, her name's Marie, she's like, hey, so you gonna eat your ice cream sandwich, right? And I was like, you know what? No, actually I'm not. Because today I prefer to drink my calories. So I'm going home, I'm gonna make my sangria, and I did. And that was the plan, because I had already told my daughter tonight was a sangria night, and which was Friday night, last night. So I didn't finish the 3 days. I did 2.33, okay, days. And that's why. So this morning I did get up, and I did have the exact same thing for breakfast. The apple cottage cheese. I keep saying cottage cheese. The apple cheddar cheese and the 5 crackers. I have my water, and what has been a great thing for me, which keeps me full or not so famished, is I get up in the morning, which I have anyway when I'm not being lazy and lame. I get up in the morning and I have a 30-ounce glass of water first thing before I do anything. I get up and have my water. And so when I did that on day 1, having that little piece of toast, that one piece of toast with the 2 tablespoons of, I use sun butter because I like it better than peanut butter. I don't have a nut allergy. I loved peanut butter until I had sun butter. And I use the sun butter nutty, so it has extra sunflower seeds in it. Oh my gosh, if you like sunflower seeds, you probably would like the sun butter. It's expensive though. It's like $6 a jar in some places. So if you can get it on sale for $4, you have, yes. So that's what I put. I put 2 tablespoons. And it was so funny watching the videos of people who've done the diet and looking at what they coincide as 2 tablespoons. I'm like, they clearly use the baby spoon, because that's not 2 tablespoons. Tablespoons are the bigger, fatter spoons that you use in your kitchen, not the ones that you would use for tea, which is a teaspoon, but the fatter ones. I don't know if they measured it according to a actual tablespoon. I don't know, but it was like skimpy. But anyway, that was how they wanted it, whatever. And also what I realized watching the videos is that there was a couple of variations of this diet, which is what I mentioned earlier with the beets and the cantaloupe and the something else it was. I can't recall right now. But again, so as I said, I did 2.33 days, meaning I didn't get through all of the final 3rd day. And I'm not going to complete it today either. Although the breakfast part was delicious. You know what I mean? Like, I think for me, it's something I can continuously do because the breakfasts are easy to maintain, easy to do. Normally, if it's just me making breakfast for myself, because I eat breakfast daily. I can't not eat breakfast. Even when I'm traveling, I'd be like, we're not getting breakfast. I'd be mad, right? So what I do with breakfast is normally I'll have two whole eggs and 4 or 5, depending on my day, how I'm feeling, 4 egg whites. So I buy a ton of eggs. I get sometimes I go to BJ's. They have the 5 dozen, and it depends on the freaking week, because I've seen them as low as $5 and as high as $15. And trust me, I tripped out and walked out the store when they were that high. I was like, who the hell is paying $15 for a dozen, for 5? Who's doing that? But anyway, when they $5, I will grab them from BJ's. But our local supermarket, it's called Market Basket. They're like, for a dozen and a half of eggs, which is 18, it's like $1.49. You can't beat that, right? And you can get the white or the brown ones. So we buy about 5 of those. Yeah, a dozen and a half at a time. I'll boil some, so we always can just grab some boiled eggs in the morning, or if I'm not making my egg scramble, because I like my egg scramble, and when I'm making it with 2 whole eggs and 4 egg whites, I'm adding tomatoes, onions, spinach, or kale, so it's full of greens and nutrients and everything like that. But I did like with the 3-day military diet that the breakfast was easy to travel with. But what I didn't do was travel with them. I brought them. I sat at my dining room table and ate them. So I was always ready in the morning. It's a great thing. I don't know if you have children, to even just give your kids. Because cereal, honestly, if you're feeding them anything like Lucky Charms and Tricks and all of that stuff, that's sugar. They're going to crash in a couple of hours. And if your children are already having issues in school, get them away from that sugary stuff. It's not the answer. And, an apple with some cheese is a good way to start your day, honestly, because it's a much better option than cereal. Cold cereal that is full of sugar, much better option. So that's just my take on that. Now I am going to restart this because, like I said, I only did 2.33 days. I'm going to restart it on Monday. And let me tell you why. So then I came home, made my grilla. We had Chinese food for dinner. And I logged everything in my fitness pal. So it's all there. And I had like a 3,000 calorie day. Like, whoa, way over the top. And I even put my grilla in there because I put my recipe for my grilla in there years ago. So all I gotta do is pull up Lisa's grilla and it's there. So yeah, it was way over. And I'm okay with that because my mantra is I don't have a cheat day, but I do have a high calorie day. And so no, I shouldn't have my high calorie day during my 3-day, right, military diet day. And so that's okay. I had intended on weighing myself today once I completed the 3 days. But since I didn't complete the 3 days in actuality, and I did weigh myself, and I weigh exactly the same. And I'm not upset about it. I won't say it didn't work. All I'm going to say is I possibly ate back everything. And that's, again, okay. Now, with the one that I did choose, with the military diet that I did find, it also came with a 4-day off. menu, and it's a 1,500 calorie menu. So I saw a lot of people saying that they would never do the 3-day diet again, and this and that and other thing, and I was like, okay, maybe. And again, these are the people with the variations of what I had. And I was like, well, wow, I will do it again. I'm going to do it again on Monday. The key one I learned is it's sustainable for me. And how it's sustainable is it's going to make me and force me to drink my water because there's no snacks. And I'm going to do the 3-day once a week. Once a week, it's going to be a part of my life. But also, minimum. That's once a week, minimum. Also, I'm going to have my high calorie day that I always did. Because if I stick with the 15 calories that they offer for the 4 days that you're not doing the 3 days, my body will get used to that 15 calories. So one of those days will be an 18 or 2,000 calorie day. Just period. They had a lot of good options on there. I mean, it was like you could choose a breakfast, a lunch, a dinner, and 2 snacks. Like that one had snacks. So I was like, oh, well, clearly people didn't go past to see it, because honestly, I didn't find it until I actually sat down and read the military diet from beginning to end. And of course, it was only really 2 paragraphs just before the menu part. But once I took a minute to read it, they were like, once you're the 4 days, people are like, well, what do I do to maintain it? How do I do to sustain it? And they were like, well, use this 15 calorie menu. And I was like, oh. And when I tell you, they got a lot of options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, plus your snacks. Give it a try again, and also for the 4 days. And if 3 days not good for you, you didn't see it as a benefit or a value, then just do the 15 calorie diet, because they had options. And I'm sure those options that they did have that I could possibly even critique, So I'm going to do it again, and this time I will vlog my meals. I will vlog how I feel. I didn't feel any fatigue because I was so hydrated. And people feel fatigued, they feel grouchy. I think you feel that way because you're not drinking enough water. And your mindset just isn't there. So you're starting this in a begrudging type of way. That's just my take on it. I started it again because I needed to change my mindset about the way I wasn't filtering things that was going into my mouth. Yeah. So, and my daughter, like I said, she wasn't there. So she didn't get past breakfast on the first day. So it's really about mindset. And if you just got to be ready, somebody can't say, like I said to her, you want to do this with me? And she said, yeah, I'll do it, kind of thing. But again, she wasn't ready. It wasn't for her, And I still walk, I still exercise. But again, I already know that those things, exercise is only 20%. And it's the nutrition and the eating and how I feed and nutrition myself. Not nutrition myself. That's not, you know what I mean when I say that? How I take care of myself in the sense of what I'm eating, what I'm putting in my mouth. That makes a difference. That's 80%. So if you're not really ready to make that change, you're not going to do it. You're going to feel so blah, blah, blah. And if, you don't like a lot of stuff on that menu, it's just not going to work for you. You already going into it, with that kind of mindset. So I am only going to stick with this one. I like this one, and I did print out the 15 calorie one. And so I'm going to do it starting again on Monday. Takes me through Wednesday all day. I got my little ice cream thing in the freezer at my office. I'm going to eat that on Thursday. I got that already planned out. But you know what? I already got my calories planned out for Thursday. I'm not going past 1,500 for Thursday. Okay? Now, I'm going to save my big day probably for Saturday because I got to do my hair. I got preparations for, I'll be out of town next, following the Tuesday, Tuesday after next, I'll be out of town. So I'm planning on doing it again, and I probably will do it again on if I do it again. So I might have a high calorie on Thursday. Make it a high calorie day on Thursday. And do it again Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Because I leave on Tuesday. So that's my plan. And then I know how I need to eat in between. Now, I probably will not ever lose 10 pounds on this 3-day thing. Honestly. Even if it's only one, I'm going to be okay with that. And here's why. Because, again, I only did it to help me change my mindset, to get me back into measuring my food, to logging my food, to just paying attention to what I'm putting in my mouth and not being lazy and lame about it. So I'm okay if it's only 1 pound, but eventually it's going to be more than that. And so with that being said, I say if you can and want to, give it a try again and then follow it up with the 1,500 calorie diet that they do offer. If you don't see it with whatever menu you find for the military diet, just Google military diet 1,500 calories and I'm sure it will come up. But that's my take on it. I want to say this. Everything you do requires you to drink water. And that's the bottom line. I know some people like, I hate water. But you hating water doesn't mean you don't need it. Okay? You need it. And everything you drink, just because it has water in it, if it's backed up with anything else, and especially sugar, you're dehydrated big time. Your skin is probably dry. You probably have lots of skin issues, okay? Because you just refuse to hydrate your body. And you're just going to have a problem. And that's the bottom line, period, point blank, and the period. You're going to have problems. It doesn't matter if you drink milk. It doesn't matter if you I don't drink soda. I only drink juice. It doesn't matter. It's not water. It's not water. So figure it out, come to grips with it, and deal with the fact that your body's made up with mostly water and it needs to be replenished. Stop with the BS. When I go out and I'm having cocktails, when I'm not being lazy and lame, okay, I have 2 glasses of water to every cocktail because, one, I enjoy drinking. I am not going to lie. Whether it's a cocktail or a glass of wine, I enjoy drinking. Even if I'm at home, I'm drinking my water too. And I do that because I get to drink way more than the average person because I'm diluting it. So I don't get drunk and sloshed and disgusting, and I can go to bed and wake up hangover free. Unlike last night. I didn't drink any water before I went to bed, and so I did wake up with a slight headache, but I went back to sleep and I woke up and I was okay. Not hungover at all. But I was like, damn. When I woke up the second time, I was like, you didn't drink no water before you went to bed to dilute and flush that stuff out. So it's all about my water. I got it right here with me, honey. I keep water with me. So, and when I don't have water, I don't want juice. I don't want just something flavored, because anything flavored, it's sugar. And sugar, another thing about sugar, it is, I'm not going there. This was about the 3-day military diet. Drink your water. Drink your water. Drink your water. It will help with headaches. So if you're feeling like you're starving, It will fill you up. Have a glass. My friend was telling me, now mind you, she just had gastric sleeve something where they cut out 80% of her stomach. Anyway, she said she had smoothies. She called them protein shakes. I've never had a protein shake. I don't think I would, because shakes to me aren't filling enough. I already know that. I need a smoothie, whereas it's kind of thick. It's, even if I got to kind of chew it a little bit, I feel like I had a meal. And even with a protein shake, I'm thinking it's supposed to be a meal. But she said she was still hungry. And I knew she hadn't drunk water. Everything you do, if you drank water before you did it, you'd be fuller immediately. You would not be as hungry. So I recommend drink your water, drink your water, drink your water. It will save your life in more ways than you can imagine. But I want to sign off with that, because this video was about a 3-day military diet. I like it, and I'm doing it again come Monday, August 29th. You want to join me? Come on. Talk to you.